What's going on, everybody? This is John J Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Dayton Triangles franchise here on Madden 25. We find ourselves here among 31 other team builder squads to create a revamped UFL. And in this fourth season with the Dayton Triangles, we are setting ourselves up pretty well here. We're 3-1 to start the season out, but so is this Evansville's team, who happens to lie in our division. So that means that we are in a spot to where whoever comes out and wins this game is going to, in fact, be in early control of the division. And that's going to be pretty important because the way that things are shaking out around the UFL, it is extremely important more than ever to get that home game to start things out in the playoffs, because any given Sunday definitely applies here in this series, man, because a lot of these teams are very even, so to speak. So very excited to jump into this one. Evansville, they got some good football players on their side. We got some good football players on our side as well, and I can't wait to really go ahead and jump into it. So hopefully you guys are excited for this one, man, as we'll go ahead and kick it down to New Welcome Stadium shortly. But if you guys are excited, I need you to go ahead and do a couple of things for me. Hit that like button, and then also hit that subscribe button as well if you do happen to be brand new to the channel. And with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and kick it down to New Welcome Stadium. Alright, boys, so we did win the toss and deferred to the second half, but we actually got things going here with forcing Evansville to go 3 and out and get some great field position to get things started, exacerbated by a Jonathan McGriff run over to the left-hand side. He was able to beat that linebacker to the edge, and we were able to pick up a first down because of it. And so we're feeling pretty good about ourselves. So we're going to go ahead. We're feeling spicy. I want to go ahead trying to get a big gain through the air, but we throw an interception, bro. Oh my goodness. We had Will Hunter open, I'm not going to lie. Just needed to be a little bit more on the money there. It was thrown behind, so Anthony Hackett was able to catch up. Good news for us, though, is that we do force Evansville to go 3 and out once again, and so we will try again in terms of getting points onto the scoreboard for the very first time. However, what I will say is that, listen, we got this running game going, but it's going to take a little bit more work. We're not starting in the same field position that we had on the first drive, but we will get to that similar spot here soon enough as McGriff does pick up that first down on the halfback screen, and that will allow us to get to about midfield, where you probably guessed it by now. We're going to run this ball for Jonathan McGriff. And that's just plain and simple. We're going to run the ball down your throat, and you are going to enjoy it. No diddy there whatsoever. We're firmly in Evansville territory, but that hasn't led to points so far today. However, that might change after we dump it off to Will Hunter, and he gets us a lot closer to that first down marker, just a yard away from the first down. And we'll bring in Heath Whitehead, the second-round player that we drafted not in this most recent draft class, but in the previous draft class, and he'll pick up first down for us. Haven't seen Heath Whitehead out onto the field very much because Jonathan McGriff has been a very complete running back, so you already know I'm going to give him a little bit of love and affection, but we are going to possibly need him for this 3rd and long, though. So let's see what we can do with this 3rd and 10. We'll go ahead and send McGriff out. It looks like it is man coverage, so maybe that could mean we have some big plays waiting for us downfield. Looking to the left-hand side, and we had Will Hunter. However, because Younger was able to get to us, we are going to have to settle for a field goal. Now, it's a very makeable field goal. It's only going to be probably, I want to say 35 yards. We hit it directly through. However, there is a catch. And what is that catch, you might say? We actually get a roughing the kicker penalty that comes with an automatic first down. And yeah, we're going to have a goal line opportunity because of that. But are we going to waste said opportunity, though? We had Will Hunter open the end zone there, and we just missed him. So it's 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line, and Andrew Collar is going to pass once again. However, Collar is going to get loose, and he's going to trust his legs all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Triangles. And Dayton is going to go ahead, and they will take a 7-0 lead. And that is exactly that lead that we will carry through the rest of this first quarter. As, you know, we're only up by 7, but definitely should be up by more than that given how strong both sides of the ball has looked in this game. Meanwhile, that being said, we do force Evansville to go 3 and out once again. And so we will come out with an opportunity to put some more points on the board, and great field position as well. As after that run away, keep in mind that was the first play of the drive, we are already at midfield already, so we are definitely cooking. 2nd and short though, we'll throw it out to Grayson Heineken. Might have been a slight overthrow, might have led Grayson Heineken a little bit too far, but he's a big tight end. He is a big burly tight end, and so he has no problem bringing that down. So, with that being said, 3rd and 5 coming up, we have a chance to drop back. I want to go deep for Will Hunter! And I'm going to, that's going to haunt my dreams a little bit, because I did not look over to the opposite side. I had Leon Thomas wide open for a touchdown, just missed him though. And so with that being said, it's going to be for Evansville ball, and Evansville has a chance to get back into this game a little bit. We do end up getting a field goal at the very least. Great kick by Felipe Nichols, by the way. He deserves some love, even though I did not show his kick. But with that being said, Evansville is looking to go back to work once again, as there's a penalty on the field once more. And it looks like it's going to be a false start that will drive Evansville back close to the original line of scrimmage when the drive first started, even though they did pick up the first down. And we're going to put the nail in the coffin after Matt Weaver was able to track him down. And we're going to force Evansville to punt this football away once more, baby. Let's go, man. Matt Weaver going to work. And so with that being said, I mean, we got Evansville on foot, on neck. We just got to make sure we put that foot down once and for all. And this drive could go a long way in doing that, as Will Hunter will quickly get open on the slant pattern. They played a little bit too deep in their zone, and will pick up the first down because of it. And so the drive is officially cooking, as we'll run up the middle with Jonathan McGriff, who does pick up a good set of yards for us. A gain of 7 there. Is now 2nd and 3 coming up. We almost scored off of this earlier. This time we're not going to miss though, as Will Hunter was open on the deep crosser, finding the end zone. Touchdown, Dayton! And the Triangles are going to extend the lead further, as now we're going to be up 17-0, bro. 17-0, gonna be your score now. And we force Evansville, you guessed it, to go 3 and out once again. And now we really can put up some more points on the board. Could make this a really difficult comeback attempt either way. As Collar looks to the left-hand side, finds Will Hunter, makes a man miss, and able to get out of bounds as well, while picking up a significant chunk of yardage too. It provides for yet another red zone opportunity. And we'll throw to that left side once again, and Will Hunter does come down with it. We will end up using one of our timeouts, and listen, we still have one timeout to work with, so, I mean, we got that in the back pocket. But we nearly throw an interception on the next play, so might need to change up our strategy a little bit. So, with that being said, it's going to be 3rd and 4, as Collar's going to drop back the pass, looks over to the right-hand side, and just so happens to find Grayson Heineck on the out route. He's able to get to the outside quickly and get out of bounds as well to stop the clock at 1 and 11 seconds. Setting up a goal line opportunity where we'll find DeAndre Bazier in the end zone. Touchdown, Dayton! And the Triangles are going to score yet again, making it a 24-0 lead. And so with 1 minute left in the first half, Evansville just trying to get literally anything going on this drive. I mean, being shut out this close to the end of the first half, while we've been like killing it on the other side. That has been a pretty nightmare scenario, to be honest with you. But Evansville, for their credit, they are putting a little bit something together here, as the Evansville Thunderbolts are actually driving down the length of the field here, getting to the 40-yard line. But we will get to the quarterback there as well, and you can see why we have been able to shut down Evansville today. That was actually our 5th sack. I have not shown you all of the sacks because they've been tied to free and outs, and personally, I don't show free and outs because, you know, those are objectively boring to watch in my opinion. But this defense is not boring to watch whatsoever, as Greg Sharp is able to get home. And sure enough, we are going to halftime with a dominant lead. Going to be on 24-0, and we get the ball to start the second half too. So, but with that being said, that would actually require us to move the ball to start the second half, and honestly, we didn't really do that. Matter of fact, we have to wait till midway through the third quarter before Peter Townsend finally breaks this game open even further, as Peter Townsend was able to read that out route like your favorite book, and he's going to take it all the way to the end zone. Nothing like a good old-fashioned pick six. As soon as Peter Townsend secured that catch, he was gone like a girl in a country song. And he's got that X Factor turned on now. He's one of the best corners in the league for a reason. So now Evansville, literally at this point, just trying to get anything to work on in this game. It has not been that kind of like effective day for Evansville whatsoever. We almost get another sack there. I really thought we were going to get to that quarterback. But I'll take 3rd and short over giving up a first down. We'll just see what Evansville does there. And they're actually going to throw for it on 3rd and short. Peter Townsend, even though he does have the X Factor, could not win on the single coverage. Now, he does have the X Factor still turned on. But how about this throw over to the direction of Ty Moody? I thought I played it pretty well, but it was a great adjustment there by the receiver. I can't even be mad about it. But this is no doubt the best drive that the Thunderbolts have been able to put together this entire game. We'll see if it actually leads to points or not, as they'll run it up the middle, and actually able to get up to the second level before being met by one of our safeties in Nick Cotton. So with that being said, inside the 10-yard line, as they got a 2nd and 4 coming up, and there's actually another run up the middle. They actually will just barely pick up the first down. And it's going to be a goal line situation here that started inside the 5. But a couple of plays later, winning on the slant, and they don't get there. Peter Townsend gives up the completion, but he is not going to give up that touchdown. And you would think at that point in the game, you would think that Evansville would have gone for it there on 4th down, but they actually don't. They actually just settle for the field goal, which was really surprising to me. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I did not see that coming whatsoever, but we'll take back over. We still have a 31-3 lead, as we'll go ahead and run it with Jonathan McGriff, who gets us across the 45-yard line before we get through the end of the third quarter. And it's just been a complete domination. I just want to make sure that, you know, we get a few more points on the board before we sim out. You know, that sim engine from EA, you know, is not always friendly to the user. So I just want to build that lead a little bit more before I go ahead and sim out for the rest of his ball game. And Jonathan McGriff is finding a rhythm once again. This is the 3rd game in a row that he is going to be at over 100 yards rushing on the day, as now Collar looks over the middle, finds Will Hunter, and Will Hunter has had a humongous day today. He's now at over 100 yards receiving as well. Everybody seems like to be feasting, regardless of what side of the ball that you happen to be on. As now Collar, 3rd and long, looking, faces pressure up the middle, and we're gonna have to settle for a field goal. Now, if we do make this field goal attempt, I will go ahead and sim out because we'll be up by at least like 30 points in the fourth quarter, which I'll be okay with that. I think we've done enough to secure the win. And yeah, we end up simming out, and we actually extend our lead further eventually, getting a huge win against our divisional rival, and we're in sole control of first place. But man, what I'm so happy about is that this is the second game in a row where we come out here and we dominate. I mean, looking at all of these like categories across the board, we ended up winning every single facet of the game, and because we win every single facet of the game, it leads to yet another dominating victory. Now, with that being said, Andrew Collar was certainly not perfect in this one. He does go 19 for 28, but he was throwing an interception. That was his second pick of the season, as I probably mentioned earlier. He does, however, throw for 4 touchdown passes. He threw for 224 yards and a touchdown pass, while also simultaneously holding Mike Brock to 3 interceptions. Jonathan McGriff, for the 3rd game in a row, actually does end up getting that chance to have a 100-yard day. He had 121 yards on the ground. Heath Whitehead had a good carry when he had the opportunity to do so, but it was actually Andrew Collar with his sole run of the game that actually leads to a rushing touchdown. Meanwhile, for the receivers, Will Hunter had a big performance in this one. He ends up going crazy in the Evansville secondary, going for 8 catches and 116 yards while finding the end zone. Grayson Heineck was also able to find the end zone as well, as does DeAndre Bazier and Leon Thomas. It was actually pretty well balanced in terms of our ability to get the ball out to various different people throughout the game. Now, defensively, we got to continue to talk about Paul Hitchens, who flies all over this field. He led the way with 13 tackles, with almost half of them being all done by himself, although majority were assisted tackles. Daniel Allen was playing pretty well with 8 tackles, and so was Ty Moody as well. But particularly in that first half, the pass rush is really starting to come together, and it's becoming extremely scary. While Greg Sharp led the way with a couple of sacks in this game, several guys coming out and just harassing this quarterback all day long. Cameron Spencer and Matt Weaver both had a sack and a half. Jordan Baptiste, the backup middle linebacker, he had a sack. Daryl McLeod, our other defensive tackle, he was able to get a sack too. So everyone on the defensive line that was going after his quarterback, for the most part, was definitely eating, and it led to 3 turnovers being forced. Niles Cotton, Peter Townsend, and J.J. Peters all able to intercept the quarterback, particularly Peter Townsend, who was able to take it to the crib for a defensive touchdown. It was yet another complete game for your Dayton Triangles, as we are going to surge to a 4-1 start. Alright boys, so right after the game though, we do get upgrades for a couple of our players, and Jonathan McGriff and Niles Cotton. We're going to start with our running back, who did have over 100 yards on the day, but I want him to work on being more of a power back. I think that's going to help with those goal line situations, so that we don't have to rely on the aerial attack when we do get down into the red zone, although I think he's great in between the 20s. So with that being said, we will give him the power back upgrade, and he doesn't get any overall points added, but he does get a +2 to break tackle, as well as to trucking as well. And then on the defensive side of the ball, Niles Cotton is going to get an upgrade as well, and Niles Cotton does come in, I actually like using him in run support. He was really nice there, even though that's technically his weakness. He is a pretty well-rounded safety though, so we're going to work on his run support here, and he jumps up to a 79 overall after we do that. He gets a +3 to tackling, which is going to bring him up to a 79 overall. Definitely turning into a good football player for sure. Alright boys, so a great win, a really good win, and we're 4-1. But we find ourselves in this spot before, and because we find ourselves in this spot before, I want to make sure that we know that we're not putting our foot off of the gas pedal anytime soon. It's been a great start to the season so far, and we're looking to keep it going here in the next episodes. We'll get through another couple of games, could have a breakout opportunity as well, depending on what we see in the next episode. But with that being said, guys, thank you guys for tuning into the divisional matchup against Evansville. And now you can see that we control our own destiny, at least within our own division. We have early control. This season is far from over. It's a long football season coming up, and we're just looking to come out here and continue to put in that work. So, that being said, next episode we will have a double header, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure you go ahead and smack that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. If you do happen to be brand new to the channel, this is John J Gaming on the mic signing off, but hoping you guys are all out there having a good one. Take care, everybody.